Do-rag wisdom here, folks. Y2k17.12.17. And this is sunset over Port Canaveral, Florida. End of a long day. And it down here in Florida, down south, got nice longer days. Instead of getting dark at 4 o'clock like they do in New York, it gets dark around 5:30 down here. We're having a good time, and we hope to share some of this with you. We've got to keep making Trump suffer. We've got to make this creep suffer. Make him suffer every minute of every 24 hours of every day until that scum is flushed out of our Oval Office. We have to make the GOP miserable. Every member of the GOP miserable. Except for John McCain, who's dying of cancer right now. Have a little mercy. But you see, Trump, we got to pay that bastard back for all the years he tried to make Barack Obama suffer with that birther racist crap. Making the Republicans making Obama suffer with all the hypocrisy, everything that they did to him. Now with their creep in there, they're trying to reverse it. Let him get away with everything they can, running through a tax thing without any debate, helping their rich ass friends, destroying net neutrality, destroying our environment, destroying our national monuments, racism, anti-Semitism, child molestation supporting bastards. How about that? The scum of the earth, folks. And they're busy hurting us every day, and it's not going to stop until they're out, until they're totally out. We're backing those assholes against the wall. Do you understand? They're backed against the wall. And they still have the power. They still have the power, and they're going to use it, wield it, to hurt us. My question is, how are we going to undo all this shit that they're doing to us now, folks? How are we going to undo this? How are we going to undo this tax shit they're doing and this net neutrality thing? You know, they're going to destroy Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act with that thing. They're going to cut out the individual mandate, which ironically enough was a Heritage Foundation idea. It's a conservative idea. They're fighting with Robert Mueller. They're trying to get rid of him. He's a Republican. They're lying through their teeth. They're using Orwellian techniques. I see it all the time. And once again, I keep saying this. Read 1984 and you'll see all the shit that these creeps are doing. We've got to make Trump suffer. We know he's suffering. He can't stand being investigated. I enjoy every time I hear he's pissed off about something. We gotta keep this creep pissed off all the time. Maybe he'll raise his blood pressure to the point where he'll have a heart attack and die. The fact of the matter is, phone calls. Make phone calls, tons of thousands, millions of calls to Washington. Jam their lines. Come to Washington, descend on Washington, thousands of people all the time, 24 hours a day protest. Get in these people's faces, make them suffer, inconvenience them. The way they're going to inconvenience all of us and hurt us and kill us. You know, I was reading about Puerto Rico yesterday. What this creep is doing. More than 1,000 people may be dead already because of his incompetence and racist bastard. The time has come. Make this bastard suffer. Every chance. And his Republican Party, get those phones jammed up. Get in the streets. Write letters. Jam them up. Lawsuits, lawsuits, lawsuits. Make them suffer. I want to see Trump come out of his toilet with a bloated face, clutching his chest, falling to the ground so we never see him again. And hopefully his other pernicious, evil bastards will follow too. Make them suffer. All right, here's a little promenade deck. It's on the 5th. We are in Coco Cay, a private island of the Bahamas. Now, I am not getting off the ship for this because look at this. Very empty, nice, not crowded. I have almost the whole ship to myself. Here, I'll walk down this way a little bit. Here, you could sit and they have the little thing here. You could sit in the, relax, look at the water. See? Just want to make sure that my subscribers, important people out there, get to see what the Anthem looks like in case one day they want to go on a cruise. Well, and nice Christmas decorations they got. With a Christmas tree like that. They put the cyber bartenders to sleep. Aw, too bad. That's an arty thing. Let me take a picture of this. Okay, here's Bolero's night, one of the nightclubs. Check it out. I mean, they don't spare any expense here to make the guests comfortable. I mean, so many different types of comfortable seats you can sit on in this place. It is, when you get off this ship or any of these cruise ships, you feel, if you didn't have a disastrous cruise, if you didn't get the norovirus or seasick, then you're having like a really, good time. You come back very relaxed. Just want to give you some samples. We're going to the casino today, so I want you folks to see what the casino looks like. You've seen casinos before, but I just want you to see what it looks like on the ship. And today's the day to do it because nobody's on the ship, basically. Do-rag wisdom here, folks. Birth date is Y2k17.12.19. We're on Nassau, Bahamas, right now across from Paradise Island, and the tour is still continuing. I read in the newspaper today that creep Trump, they thought that the investigation was going to be over and this creep was going to be cleared. Well, it's going to go on at least another year, which is going to increase the conflict. And of course, they're trying to accuse the Mueller's group of obtaining emails illegally. And the point is, if the emails have .gov at the end of it, then you don't put anything on there you don't want, because anything with .gov can be accessed and looked at. So they're trying to undermine the Mueller investigation. They're trying to keep this son of a bitch in our lives. And I know this, they're ready, they're poised for massive demonstrations if this son of a bitch, Trump traitor, racist, Nazi-loving, child molester-loving, sexual abusing turd, they're ready if he cancels Mueller with demonstrations like he's never going to see, like he's never seen before. We're going to strike him with fury, legal fury, I should say. We're going to strike him with very legal, wonderful, legal, bigly fury. Because, my friends, we have to get this creep out of our lives. They're like destroying everything, every humane thing that this country has to offer, the tax form, every other crappy, terrible thing they want to do. And we have to get them out, and then we have to repair it. And we don't know how we're going to repair it, how long it's going to take, how many people are going to get hurt. before these Democrats finally take over, and hopefully they'll do what they have to do. But the fact is we're going to have a lot of cleaning up to do. And meanwhile, the death toll in Puerto Rico is rising with no electricity. I'll tell you right now, if you're a person of color living in this era, we're dealing with a racist turd, a white, racist, Nazi-loving turd who wants to destroy, wants to kill every Puerto Rican, every Spanish-speaking person of color, everyone he could possibly murder. They're going to cancel on the so-called tax thing, the individual mandate, as I mentioned. So the Mueller investigation is going to go on for another year at least, and this is making this creep extremely frustrated. And the more frustrated he gets, the more I like it, and the more angry he gets, the more his blood pressure rises, and then finally he clutches his heart, drops over, and that's the end of it. Then we have to go after the other assholes, Pence, McDumbell, Ryan, and all the rest of these fascist totalitarian turds. These are lifeboats. If I had to sit in one of these, I'd probably throw up. All right, and this is Paradise Island. I'm assuming that Nassau is on the other side, obviously, but this is Paradise Island with the Atlantis sticking out like a sore thumb. Yes, sir. Look at that water. It's so... Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Get it longer. So here we are. This is Paradise Island. Never saw it before. I don't know. Big buildings like that, that's not much paradise in my estimation. But then that's my own opinion.